Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Red X from DC Comic Books because Future State decided this would be the perfect time to finally introduce this character into the DC comic continuity. And I have to say, it's stupid. It's real stupid. They established that this was an old moniker that Dick Grayson Nightwing has been, and it's just like, no, he hasn't. And I understand that they're trying to pull from, the Teen Titans animated series, but again, that hasn't happened in the Teen Titans books at all. So for the Titans to be familiar with this character really absolutely makes no sense. I just feel like they needed something just to hype up Future State, and they use Red X, especially for the Teen Titans, which the book is actually garbage, to be honest. And I find it weird that this is the time that you want to bring in a character like Red X, and he's supposed to be on the supposed to be in Titans Academy or whatever, which that's going to be garbage too because the Avengers did that with Avengers Academy. It was garbage. I'm sorry, a book about where the Titans teach the next generation is kind of boring, to be honest. I don't really care or whatever and stuff like that. Especially what Future State showed. Why would I care? You're just going to show, oh, something happens, the most of the Titans get killed, and the entire point of the Titans, having this Titans Academy to train these youngsters was a failure. You know, I'm really sick of the Titans having this failure complex thing going on. They've been failing ever since, the Justice League split them up after the events of DC Rebirth. Like, enough is enough, but I am going on a tangent. I'm sorry. Red X. Red X was a character that was created in the Teen Titans animated series or whatever. And we know that Dick Grayson, when he was Robin at the time, created the persona to get close to Slade Wilson and, so he can, figure out what Slade Wilson was doing, but which is AKA Deathstroke, but they couldn't say Deathstroke in the show, so they had to say Slade. But come to find out, Slade already knew who he was at the end of the day, so the whole persona of Red X was kind of pointless. And then later on, he put the costume away, and the team felt betrayed by him doing what he did or whatever. And then we get what, the last season, I believe, he makes another appearance, but somebody sold a suit and we never find out who it is because the show was, you know, abruptly canceled and then brought back through Teen Titans Go instead of actually finishing up the plot lines of Teen Titans season 6. But that's just another story for another day. Why I said Red X is useless and pointless for Future State is you could have introduced this character in Nightwing's solo book, and that could have been a crossover event for the Teen Titans where that could have been an arc that they remember. Like, you have him show up in, Nightwing where he's a fool, and then, let's say Dick Grayson's out on patrol or whatever, and he comes across, something or whatever. And in the midst of this crime, Red X comes out of nowhere, and he kind of pushes out Nightwing after Nightwing defeats the villain and get what the villain was after or whatever. You have Nightwing shocked about, oh my god, I can't believe somebody has my old suit, Red X or whatever, and stuff like that. This could lead into Barbara Gordon asking questions or whatever, and the only person who's really close about the Red X persona would be Starfire. This would allow you to cross over or bring Starfire into the Nightwing solo series, so therefore there could be tension between Barbara Gordon and Starfire, but also Nightwing and Starfire solving the mystery of Red X and who could have possibly had that costume. Then you can also do a Teen Titans storyline where he's coming across the Titans and stuff like that, where a lot of the Teen Titans members are confused and some of them are aware but not as aware like Starfire is, you know what I'm saying? So then you can do like a flashback storyline showing, Dick Grayson taking on the persona of Red X, that, he betrayed the team to try to get closer to Deathstroke, but it didn't work out in the end. That's how you would set up that character. That's how you would bring him into the main continuity. So then when Future State happened, it just wouldn't have been like some kind of one-off thing. Yes, you're bringing him into the Titans Academy, but you really wasted his appearance and his time in Teen Titans Future State when you should have fleshed him out first. It's the same problem that I have with Yara. It's the same problem I'm having with Tim Fox. Instead of just bringing them in for no reason, you should have brought them into a book and given them a story arc first and see how well received they are before you try to let them headline an event or be a vocal point of an event. You get what I'm saying? You wonder why Punchline, Ghost Hunter, Clown Hunter are doing successfully well, is because they were introduced in Batman and they were built upon first before they had one shots or solo spin-off things or whatever, stuff like that, because they were built upon. You have to build new characters first. That's why James Tynion's Batman run with all of these brand new characters are doing successfully well, is because he brought them in to Batman's world, but he also slowly over time fleshed them out. And when they became fleshed out, bam, there you go. There go your solo run. There go your one shot explaining these characters or whatever. But he still slowly still had them involved with the upcoming events, with the upcoming story arc. You need to do that when you're bringing in a new character. And when you're bringing in the character from the animated series, you can't treat them as if people watch that show. Just like when Tom King brought in the Mask of Phantasm or whatever, and they're trying to like go on the fact that the storyline that happened in Mask of Phantasm happened in main continuity DC, even though that's kind of like a Black Label Elseworld storyline. It's still weird. Why are you putting that in a storyline? You assuming that everybody that read Batman, that knows Batman, has watched that movie. They didn't. Just like you're assuming that everybody who read Titans and Nightwing watched the Teen Titans show. No, they didn't. So you can't treat them like that. You know what I mean? That's why it's a failure for me as a storytelling because from a storytelling position, is because you wasted this opportunity to actually give this character art. Don't introduce him into some alternate future timeline and then come back later, months later, and then bring him into the spotlight, into a main continuity. No, that shouldn't. That's not how that works. Sometimes it works, but for the most part, it doesn't work. You should have built upon that character. Actually, to be honest, that's what should have happened in Nightwing. To be honest, if you really wanted people to get interested in Nightwing, when Dick Grayson lost his memories or whatever and stuff like that, you should have introduced Red X into that. That way, you could have brought in Starfire and some of the Titans, and then dealing with the aftermath of like Dick Grayson don't know who this character is, but Red X knows who he is, and some of the Titans know that persona, and thinking that it's Dick Grayson back, as Red X, but it's really not him. You could do a whole mystery. That could have been something that you could have did when you did this whole Rick Grayson storyline. Or with the upcoming Nightwing run, that's something that you should have expanded upon. But no, you wasted it for the future state for no reason, just to give like a shock value of, oh my god, Red X is making his comic book appearance. Yes, in a lame ass event instead of in an actual storyline. You see how dumb that is? But yeah, that was my thoughts about Red X. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below about Red X. And are you guys excited to see more of him in Titans Academy after this future state crap is over with? Yeah. Peace out.